Hey, what's up, guys? It's Limited Talks here. Today, we're talking about the Houston Texans. Now, a lot of you have known that Deshaun Watson has won out of Houston, but hasn't really said anything yet. Now, I was in my position, I would have gone out a long time ago. I mean, they traded Dwayne Brown because of personal reasons, and they had to trade for Laremy Tunsil, and they had to pay him a ton, pretty much a lot of draft capital just to get him. They got rid of Javion Clowney because they didn't want to pay him, and they didn't want to get rid of DeAndre Hopkins because they also didn't want to pay him, and they got pretty much a bag of skills for him. That was a bad trade package, and I'm not mad that Deshaun Watson and J.J. Watt will probably want out of Houston because the management has been so bad there. Like, what are the Houston Texans thinking right now to say, like, oh yeah, we're all contenders in the AFC South? The AFC South. But there has been some other news that has recently come out. So, the Texans just hired a new head coach and David Culley. Now, a lot of you probably don't know who David Culley actually is. And I didn't really know much about him either, but really, he was the Baltimore Ravens assistant head coach at Windsor in 2019. And David Culley, who is 65 years old, has spent past two seasons in Baltimore as the Ravens assistant head coach, passing game coordinator, and wide receivers coach. He's just finished his 27th season as an NFL coach after 16 years in various college roles. Okay, so in my opinion, this is a weird hire for me because I don't know why you would hire David Culley but not Eric Bieniemy. You know, the guy out of Kansas City. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that you probably want a guy who somewhat has a head coaching experience. But I still would imagine that Deshaun Watson wanted Eric Bieniemy. I'm pretty sure he wanted that as his head coach. So because not any single team that I've seen has made Eric Bieniemy like a priority hire, right? Because in my opinion, he's one of the main reasons why the Kansas City's offense. I say Kansas City's it's him and Andy Reid, but those two guys are the two big. Like Eric Bieniemy is like the main reason why I think that Kansas City's offense is so potent. And no one has given him. I think no one's even given him a call yet because no one has taken a chance to hire him as a head coach. But in more important news, Deshaun Watson has asked the Houston Texans to trade him, sources said. Now, I think people figured this was going to happen sooner or later. Like, no matter what the case was, Deshaun Watson is officially going to ask for a trade. He was going to ask for one. It doesn't matter. But this is like still some breaking news for a lot of people. But there was also to say Watson made the request to the team weeks ago that he wanted to be traded, but I'm pretty sure this didn't break until recently because it just started breaking like recently. Watson, who signed a 4-year, $156 million contract extension in September, is under contract through the 2025 season. He has a no trade clause included in his contract, but given the length of his contract and the possibility of franchise tagging him for 3 years, the Texans could choose not to trade him and would have control of his rights through the 2028 season. So they could not trade him, but I think Deshaun Watson would not want to play for that team anymore because he's just unhappy. The trade request comes after Watson was reportedly unhappy with the process used by the team to hire Casillo. I'm pretty sure that's like the assistant GM in early just January because Bill O'Brien got fired, and I'm pretty sure like Deshaun Watson wanted that guy first. But Bill O'Brien kind of became the assistant GM. He became like the GM of the team. He became the GM, he became the head coach, and it was just. I think he was just kind of over the fact of everything that has happened. He was like, I'm done with this team. I don't want to be part of this team anymore. I want out of Houston. So he was happy. He signed a contract and he was emotional. I discussed how happy he was to commit to the franchise and the team and the city. And that is an amazing moment for me to be able to extend my career in a location, in a place, in a home I would say that my family loves, that I love. Washington in September. I want to continue to dive into the community most of all and just continue to build my legacy, just build our legacy as a whole and do something that we have never done before. So, as we all know, Watson had career highs his passing in passing yards, touchdowns, and completion percentage. He threw a career low 7 interceptions, his 33 touchdowns, and 4,800 passing yards were also a single season franchise record. Deshaun Watson single season success was not without the team's flaws. They went 4-12, and they hired the head coach and general manager Bill O'Brien, which he should have been fired a long time ago. I'm just saying. He played only 4 seasons, but Watson's 104 passing touchdowns and 1,400 in passing yards ranked second in Texans franchise history behind Matt Schaub, which that's kind of surprising. He's only been there for 4 years, and he's always only behind Matt Schaub. He's gonna be the all-time passing. He'd be pretty much if he plays for Texans his whole entire life. He will pretty much be the greatest Texans quarterback of all time. Watson is currently the all-time leader in completion percentage behind New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees. In 2020, he became just the 11th player in NFL history to complete at least 70% of his passes in a single season. Also, I know he did that. I knew he was good. I didn't know he was like he completed 70% of his completion percentage, especially with such a bad team around him. But the question is, where do you think Deshaun Watson is going to go? Now, I am looking at this report called Bill Barnwell's Best Deshaun Watson Trade Offers. I'm going to get my own opinions off of these. Traded, so San Francisco 49ers. So the 49ers received the 12th overall pick, the 2022 first and second round picks to the Texans, the 2023 third round picks to Davius Moore, quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo goes to the Jets, and then we have Sam Darnold goes to the Texans, the 2022 fifth round pick to the 49ers, and quarterback Deshaun Watson. This is a terrible trade. Like I don't think this would ever happen. Okay, so pretty much these picks right here will go to the Texans. So only these two will go to Texans. I guess this one will have to go to the Jets then, because in 2023 also go to the Jets as well. Yeah, I'll because in my opinion, if I'm Deshaun is gonna have like a hefty package for him no matter what the case is. He's gonna take multiple first round picks. He's gonna take like 3 or 4 first round picks, maybe even 5 first round picks to get Deshaun Watson. Because especially I would imagine that I know a lot of people are asking like why not the Jacksonville Jaguars? Why not trade Deshaun Watson for Trevor Lawrence just straight up? Now that's not a bad deal, but whatever Maya want to take, I'm going to say, okay, do I want the proven quarterback? I want the young buck who I can build this team around. I mean, I think it's clear for me that I would honestly say I would want to build this team around a young buck in Trevor Lawrence. But you have a proven commodity in Deshaun Watson to make me say, yeah, sure, I would honestly do that. Right. All right, so number 2, he has the Carolina Panthers, which has the Panthers send the 8th, the 39th overall pick in 2021, the 2022 first round pick, and the 2023 first round pick, and quarterback Teddy Bridgewater for 2022 third round pick and the 2023 fourth round pick, and quarterback Deshaun Watson. Now, this is a trade I think a lot of people are going to be interested in, because I mean, I think the only thing is they have the amount of picks. But would the Houston Texans want Teddy Bridgewater? Would they want Teddy Bridgewater? And that's the question is, maybe not. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater has been just an interesting quarterback because he is a game manager, so he doesn't return the ball over a lot. And Deshaun Watson is your quarterback, so you want to get something in good in return. And I think this is a good trade package. And also, would they want to get rid of like some contracts such like Whitney Merciless and like Randall Cobb, because they probably would have to get rid of some of these other guys because they make a ton of money off of these guys. Now the Miami Dolphins, All right, so this is something as well that a lot of people always ask, like, would Brian Flores trade Tua Tagovailoa? From multiple reports that Brian Flores likes Tua Tagovailoa and that he will not really want to trade him, which makes sense. But the Miami Dolphins was sent to the 3rd, the 32nd, the 114th in 2021, the 2022 first round pick, the 2023 fourth round pick to the Texans, and Tua Tagovailoa goes to the Bears. Huh. All right. So the Texans send Deshaun Watson and Sino Clemente and a third round pick to the Dolphins. So I guess that means all this goes to the Dolphins. And the Bears send a 20 overall pick in 2021 to the Texans, a fourth round pick and a 2023 conditional pick to the Dolphins. Now, I think the one trade decision I think would be is either Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, or the Jets, or I would imagine even I can say the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Jaguars, because I imagine they had the trade package to get Deshaun Watson. But in my opinion, I think Deshaun Watson. I don't know where Deshaun Watson is going to go. I know there's a lot of reports that he wants to go to the Jets because of Robert Saleh, and I just don't know particularly where Deshaun Watson can land because of how bad the ownership is. They probably send him for like a bag of peanuts, and then they said, "Oh yeah, that's a pretty good deal." It's a pretty good deal, So hopefully, Deshaun Watson finds a place where he wants to as he stay down and actually will enjoy, because he doesn't want to go to a team as well where they trade a lot of they trade like a lot of the players that he wants to build around to the Texans, because it was on the process all over again, So let's see what happens in the next, I guess, 2-3 weeks, I would imagine. Anyway, that's all I have for this video today, guys. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe on this video. Leave a comment down below of where you think Deshaun Watson is actually going to go, or if he's actually going to go anywhere. Anyway, and as always, I hope you enjoy. Peace.